Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video. Today we're looking at Far Changing Tides, the demo, which is version 1.0.10. It's a interesting, very chill puzzle game in which you take your ship on a journey and you have to maintain it as well as get through various obstacles. So far I've really enjoyed my time with it, but there are a few issues that definitely need working on before the game comes into full release. As always, we'll look at the settings first, and then we'll jump into the gameplay to show you what it's all about and how you interact with your character and your ship. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into the settings. Alright, so settings. Now, first off, I want to go into the fact that there is a massive red flag so far, although again this is a demo and it may and hopefully will change. There's no mouse support and there is no controller support currently. This is really annoying and very tedious to try and go through the options menu when all you've got available is your arrow keys. So hopefully in later versions of the game they will add that support in. I am very hopeful of this because if you look towards the bottom of these options menu, you'll see that vibration is set to off. Now, the fact that there is no controller support, yet vibration options tells me that down the line they are indeed going to be adding that controller support. But that out the way, it's a pretty standard menu. It would be nice if there was a few more quality options, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that graphically intensive, as pretty as the game is. I really like the art style on this one. So all you've got is your main quality settings, which is high, medium and low. VSync, you've got AA, and then just your normal resolution here. A few more bits that they could add to this just to improve optimization on lower end machines, but honestly it's a pretty robust menu for such an early part of the game development. Let's jump into the gameplay and see what that's all about. Okay, so this is the game. Now, with it being a demo, the second you come out of the game, it does start you at the very beginning, which is no bad thing because it means that you can get an idea for what you've got to do. This is your ship. You have to get it started, and the way you do that is to interact with certain items. Now, it doesn't make it very clear, there is no tutorial to speak of, but basically you have to interact with any of the white bits or anything with white bits on it that allows you to therefore make your ship work. And you do that by making the mast go up. Then you've got to climb the mast and raise the sails. And once you've raised the sails, you are then able to move forward. I love the way that mechanically it works really well. You do have to be a bit careful as well, so you've got to maintain your ship. Your ship will take damage, and there are parts of the world, if you like, that will interact with your ship as you go along. Now, there are a few issues with the controls, namely that you have to do everything with WASD and then E key to interact with certain things, and you can only jump. Now in the control settings it doesn't actually show you the interact button, and what it does show you is that you are apparently able to move the camera around with your arrow keys. However, that doesn't seem to be the case. You can zoom in and out with C and V, which is fine, but you're apparently meant to move the camera with the arrow keys, and that doesn't actually do anything. Again, very early sort of stage of development, so it'd be nice if they would actually make it so that that works, because I would honestly love to pan around and see more of this world as we go along. Not really for any other reason than to see what obstacle I'm about to hit, because it kind of comes up on you really quickly, and even when you're viewed like your maximum zoomed out, it doesn't give you a lot of indication about what you're about to run up to. This is a problem because your ship will take damage, and honestly, as cool as it is to see how that damage affects and how you can fix it, I don't know whether there's going to be achievements for getting through without damaging your ship or whatever, and that will require a lot of reruns if you can't see what's coming up on you. We're going to speed this up now, so we're going to run over to this bit, and that moves the sails. Now, the way that the sails work is really cool. As you can see on the screen, there are these wind swirls. That means you're catching full sail. Once you do that, the secondary sail on the right-hand side of the ship will come down and you will gain speed. Now, again, you've got to be careful, because if you run up on a obstacle, you will damage your sails, you will lose speed, and that will not be good. You've also got to keep an eye on it consistently because that wind will change, as you've just seen there, and you will slow down. That keeps you doing things, because otherwise there's a lot of time where you're not really doing anything. You're just kind of sailing along and hoping for your next sort of interaction, like here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull this sail in, so we missed this bit here because I hit this earlier and damaged my sails and everything, and that wasn't very good. As for the actual puzzles, they don't lend themselves very easily. What I mean is they don't explain what it is you've got to do. You've literally just got to sit and figure it out and hope for the best. The way that the mechanics work and the way that it goes with each other is really kind of cool, and I'm a big fan of it. Hopefully I'll be able to get to a point where I can show you without damaging the sails. So as you can see, we've got past the thing. I don't know why it wants me to zoom out there on the demo. Maybe that could be changed to maybe a bit before so you can see what's happening. And again, if you could change that angle, you could see whether you're about to done goof or not. Now, here we want to slow down. So we're going to do that. And nope, we've hit it. So as you can see, now you've hit it, you've got to try and get through. And we've damaged ourselves. So we've got to wait until we're under the bridge, and then we can, you know, sort of do it here. There will be a way you can get through that. You've just got to be a hell of a lot quicker than what I actually am, which isn't really ideal. So now we're going to jump, and then you've got to jump up again. Again, the controls aren't exactly done in a very player-friendly way, and I very much feel like if this was on controller, which I'm assuming it will be at some point, it would be a lot more fun. It would be a lot more intuitive and a lot less sort of hassle. Whereas using a keyboard to control the ship, it feels a bit janky, doesn't feel that great, and that can lead to a bit of player dissatisfaction. So we're going to get up to the next puzzle here, which is really cool the way it does it. We're going to try and get maximum wind. Obviously, sails and everything are damaged, so we're not going to be going as fast anyway. And we're going to come up to something that we've basically got to get by. The biggest problem I'm having so far is the distance between action. You kind of just sat watching your ship go along this very pretty scenery, granted, but there's not a lot going on. You've got your right sail wind, you've got, you know, things that you've maybe got to avoid, but the time between each sort of adventure, if you like, is, for me personally, too long. It takes far too long to get to new adventures and new puzzles, and the puzzles don't really, even if you don't know what you're doing with puzzles, take that long to do. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pull this across like so, and then we're going to jump up here. Oh. The jumping isn't all that great either. You've got to be in the right sort of area. There you go. And then we push this to where it wants to be, and then we do that. Oh, like so. Chop it up. Can you tell I've already done this bit? Now, the problem with it being a demo is it doesn't have a save. So I would have quite happily gone and explored new areas with you, but unfortunately when I came out the game I had to start again. I don't know what the saving is going to be like in this game. I don't know whether it's going to be auto-saved or whether it's going to be manual save, or whether you're going to have to get to certain points, or I don't know. This is a very early sort of version of this game, and as you can tell, like I say, jumping's not the easiest. So bear with me as we try and get up. There you go. Now we're going to need that anyway, because so we're going to move this out of the way, as you can see, and it breaks. And then we get this. Now, luckily, the fixing of the item is automatic. When you take it, it will just randomly automatically fix it, which is really cool. It looks like there are a number of charges on there as well, so you're going to have to bear in mind that that is something you're going to have to deal with. And then as we jump down, we can then get straight back onto the ship. And all is well again in the world. And that's basically what you do. You've got to work out your way and work your way through different areas, solving puzzles as you go. Beautiful. Trying to avoid objects and seeing what the world has to offer. I really, really like the game. I really like the concept. I love the fact that you've got to, deal with this constantly moving object at different speeds with different obstacles in the way. The puzzles aren't too difficult and they are pretty fun. My only concern is the distance between each puzzle that you've got. The pretty scenery can only last for so long, but it completely depends on what you're after. That's a very subjective thing that I've noted there, because for me, I want something constantly engaging me, whereas other people might be happy to just sit and enjoy this world. But there you are, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this game and whether you're excited for full release. And thank you very much for watching. Ciao, ciao.